From Fatty's in Garyville, welcome to River Parish football. Hi again, everyone. Eric Ritchie, so pleased to be joined by East St. John head coach Philip Banco. Coach, thanks for being here. It's a beautiful place here in Fatty's in Garyville. I know sometimes the people know the Fatty's in LaPlace, but this one in Garyville, as you're about to find out, great food, a great environment.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful place. I mean, where we are now at Leon Gaucho is right next door. It's just great people. It's another part of our Wildcat Nation.
Well, over the next 30 minutes, Coach Banco and I will be talking about East St. John football. We'll look at highlights from around the River Parish. We'll look at our Player of the Week in the River Parishes. Our friends from Thibodaux Regional Medical Center are here as well. And, of course, the players and assistants. You're well represented in East St. John Nation tonight, Coach.
Oh, yes, sir. Listen, any opportunity we get to spread the word and a good word about East St. John football and athletics, we're there to do it.
Well, we're glad you do. And last week, again, like each of the first 3 weeks in district play, East St. John victorious. You almost put up 50 points on the road at HL Bourgeois. A perfect 3-0 record in the district. You're 4-2 overall. Talk about your season up to this point, Coach, and again, doing the job when it counts.
You know, we're just evolving into becoming a good football team. We started off real early with Rummel and, of course, Scotlandville and John Curtis. That was our pre-district, and we were 1-2. And, you know, we got into the district, and here we are. South Lafourche, Central Lafourche, and now HL Bourgeois, and now we're getting ready for, of course, the Holmville Tigers. But each one of those games were big for us, and if I'm not mistaken, our offense in all three of those games, I know Central Lafourche was right around 350 yards, but South Lafourche and HL Bourgeois was over 500 yards. And so we're very, very excited. Our defense is starting to come around and got a lot of gap integrity, and we're getting there. We're getting experience.
You certainly talked a little bit about the offense and then the high-powered numbers that you guys are able to put up, defense coming around. How would you characterize this year's football team? When you look at this East St. John 2014 roster, what kind of is the MO of this year's team?
Hey, it's to me, it's the epitome of where we are since Isaacs, and the word is resiliency. Resiliency. We go to Central Lafourche, we get their best shot in front of a big-time crowd, big-time atmosphere, and we go to overtime, and we kept our calm, we kept our composure, and we were able to be successful. So resiliency is the key word for us.
What about this football team right now, as far as this past game, especially against HL Bourgeois, and again, what you were able to do offensively? The numbers just keep piling up. Xavier's numbers, obviously, the dual threat QB. Nigel had such a great game, and again, you guys are putting up numbers, as you pointed out, with the 500 total yards.
Yeah, not to forget Jared Jackson, who's sitting right behind me. But you know, you got Jalen Brown. But our offensive line, Coach Lambert and Coach Barlow have done a wonderful job at doing that, and they're getting better. You know, we got a couple of sophomores. We got everyone's first-year starters, and so. They're getting more experience, and now that we're getting into the middle of the season, you know, they're hitting stride. And right now, it's huge for us. And with the weapons we have, it's important that they know that. And then on defense, I mean, you hit that earlier. We're trying to. As of last year, we had that huge front four, and the linebacker was pretty darn good. Now, we're not saying these guys aren't, but they're inexperienced and they're young. But what we're doing is we're now starting to understand our defense at this particular point in the season. But we're now harassing people on what they do well. And that's the mark of a defense. Harass them on what they do well and try to make them do something different.
We'll look ahead at his big game this week with Hahnville in just a moment. But now it's time to check out the highlights from around the River Parish this past week. We're back with Coach Banco after this. But first, highlights from River Parish football. Highlights from St. Charles and Curtis. Curtis, coming off a loss last week to St. Aug, had not lost back-to-back games since 1975. Late first quarter, finally a little momentum for St. Charles. It came on a wild play. Austin Weber's pass deflected, and Albert Haney comes up with it, and just then, a little life. Things started to slow down for the Comets a little bit. Weber, this guy's a warrior. All season long, he's been making plays like this. A tough 15-yard run takes it inside the red zone. Weber would finish the drive with a 3-yard touchdown pass to Dane Offamont, corner of the end zone, and St. Charles was on the board, trailing 20-7. Defensively now, it was 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for Curtis, but not this time. Jonathan Scaparo already had a deflection at the line of scrimmage. Here a sack on Washington, and after a muff punt, look at Wayne Stein showing the emotion. His unit comes off the field, high fives for everybody, and suddenly St. Charles feeding off the momentum. You want the touchdown? You got the touchdown. Again, it's Weber through the air. 20 yards later, Brady Becker scores the touchdown, and look at this. 44 seconds left in the half. It's a 6-point football game. Curtis would strike first in the third quarter, taking a long run to make it 27-14, and that's the way it would stay until the first play of the fourth quarter. Again, it's Weber and Becker hooking up. This time a long touchdown pass. The extra point was good, and it's 27-21. The Comets within 6, but they could get no closer. A couple of drives would stall. The Patriots would get the ball back and run out the clock. Oh, so close to the upset tonight, but in the end it was St. Charles coming up just short, losing to Curtis 27-21.
They're a good football team. They're a well-seasoned offensive football team, and they're coached really well. So exactly the kind of game we thought it would be.
I think once we got that first touchdown, I think the kind of kids got a little confidence. Then we got the second one. They felt like, well, maybe we can play. But if we just need to get stronger in the weight room. This football team is got some potential. But we're not there yet.
Let's roll around the river now, where Destrehan had a huge game coming off their rivalry win over Hahnville in Thibodaux, facing a 5-0 Thibodaux Tigers team. Let's go to the highlights, where if you saw that Thursday night football game, you saw J.J. Watt get into the end zone. Well, how about our big guy, Glenn Logan, a pick 6 for the Wildcats. He's going to take it all the way into the end zone, and Destrehan had the first touchdown of the game via the defense. It stayed 7-7 all the way into the fourth quarter when Will Matthews, he's going to break a run, he's going to break a tackle, and he's into the end zone, and the Wildcats were up 14-7. Thibodaux would come back to tie the game at 14. Now, less than 40 seconds left. It's Destrehan with the ball. Again, they give it to Matthews. He breaks a tackle, and he's free the last 5 yards into the end zone, and that's how this one would end. Destrehan stays unbeaten, moving to 6-0, beating Thibodaux 21-14.
This was a great District 7-5-8 battle, 2 5-0 teams, and I tell you what, we're just very fortunate to get out here with a win.
Elsewhere around the River Parish, Riverside looking to stay unbeaten as well. Completely overmatched Fisher on this night. Brandon Hemel steps in front of the pass, the interception, and then the return. Hemel's going to take it all the way. It's a pick 6. One of 3 for the Rebels defense on this night. Riverside's offense, absolutely too much for Fisher. Jordan Loving, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night, goes to Herb McGee, zigs and zags his way, 65 yards for the score. Let's leave you with one more pick 6. It's from Joe Anderson. Big number 5 steps in front of the pass, the short distance to the house, and Riverside is 6-0 with the 64-0 lambasting of Fisher.
Well, it puts us 6-0, puts us where we need to be right now going into next week's ball game. We're real excited about the opportunity where we're at 6-0. And we got a lot of stuff sitting out in front of us right now. We're going to fix some things from tonight. Let's move on.
Let's keep it in District 9-2A. St. James hosting Newman, and the Wildcats would make a serious comeback in this one. At one point trailed 12-0 and 19-14 at the half. Lowell Narcisse is going to hook up with Rashawn Weber, and a 24-yard touchdown suddenly had the Wildcats knocking on the Greenies' door, trailing 25-22. Lowell Narcisse, he would throw a touchdown pass to Kirtland Johnson to give St. James a 30-25 lead. But after an ensuing kickoff return goes deep inside Wildcats territory, it's Newman quarterback Miles Lapierre, a 15-yard touchdown strike to Elbert Thomas with 47 seconds left, and Newman pulls out the late 31-30 victory over St. James.
We had some opportunities in the first half. I didn't like the way we played. I didn't like the energy we played with. We missed some golden opportunities. And at the end of the game, Jay Tyler shows why he's a 2-time MVP in New Orleans. Not making the plays at quarterback tonight, but did a heck of a job in the return game to set up that last touchdown. And Newman's a good team. They're 6-0 now for a reason, ranked in the top in 2A. And we may have closed the gap a little bit on these big boys, but we still got a ways to go to get over the hump.
Elsewhere, it was Hahnville and head coach Nick Salta-Formaggio looking to rebound after a tough loss to their rivals in Destrehan just a week ago. On this night, hosting Terrebonne, opening kickoff, and not exactly the start that the Tigers were looking for. It's going to go all the way to the house. Terrebonne led 7-0 just like that. But the Tigers came to play on this night. Austin Perrin threw 3 touchdown passes on the night. Here's one of them. It's going to Devontae Clark, and just like that, Hahnville had answered. Then back to Clark. From 17 yards out, he'll find the house to tie the game. Hahnville racks up over 600 yards of total offense, and they're back in the win column, beating Terrebonne in emphatic fashion, 59-35. River Parish football is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, the Buckwalder Insurance Group, the Sports Pub and Grill in Destrehan, and by Tachi Insurance.
In sports, you strive for first or best. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional is both. The region's first comprehensive sports medicine program with a team of the best sports medicine trained experts. You're serious about the game, we're serious about your safety. With advanced concussion testing technology and certified athletic trainers, we're keeping athletes safely in the game. Play hard, play to win. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional will help you play it safe.
Hi, I'm Will Sermon with the St. Charles St. John Parish Farm Bureau. Our mission is to provide you with unmatched customer service and attention.
Hi, my name's Robert Palmisano. We have a local network of agents for the fastest claim service possible.
Hi, I'm Andreas Hackman. We offer reliable long-term security for you and your family.
Hi, I'm Sheldon Cannon. We are a representation of our company and our community. Real service,
real people.
We are Farm Bureau.
Welcome back, and look at Sean out there getting the job done on the charbroiled oysters. Tuesday, of course, charbroiled oyster night. Thursday, steak night here at Fatty's in Garyville. Welcome back to River Parish Football. Eric Ritchie again, joined by East St. John head coach Philip Banco. The 4-2 Wildcats getting ready for a monster matchup in the River Parishes with Hahnville. Talk about the game, Coach. It's a big one for you.
It's huge. I mean, somebody asked me yesterday, well, Coach, how do you expect the game to go? It's going to be fireworks. I mean, when I was here under Coach Dautrieve, you know, my first year we had, 7, 8 overtimes. Next year we had 2 overtimes on Halloween night. You know, the previous games before that, it went into overtime. It went to the last play. And last year we played them over there. I think it was 28-10 or 14, but that game was closer than that score. And so it's a huge rivalry. They're not very far from us. We know each other, and it's going to be great football on Friday night.
What about the actual keys on the field for East St. John this Friday night? What part of the game do you really feel has to go your way to stick in that win column?
Well, we're going to have to not have any turnovers, and we're going to have to create a couple. They run a triple option, as you know, and we run a pro-style offense option. So they do it very well. So they got a sophomore quarterback who we think is doing a great job, and they got a good fullback, and Ricky Preston and number 30 do a great job at wingback, but we're going to have to be sound efficient. And one of the things that concerns me is against John Curtis, we weren't very sound on that triple option. So we've had a really good practice today and an excellent practice yesterday, so we're looking forward to it.
Coach, I wanted to make sure that I pointed out, just a couple weeks ago, you were presented a check. It was a nice presentation for an upcoming film that's going to be a household name. Everyone's going to know about it. Why don't you just kind of fill us in on what that was, and we're going to show video of it while you're talking.
It was wonderful. The actress and an actor that was portrayed in that film called us up the day before and told us that they wanted to give us a $500 gift certificate to Lids, and then a $500 also a gift certificate from them to go towards that $1,000 for at the Lids place for baseball caps in Metairie. And what it was is their stories about overcoming adversity, and that's what that movie's about. And we're actually going to take the young men here in a couple of weeks to go see it. But that's what our story is. Hurricane Isaac, and where we're at and what we're coming through, and what we're not worrying about when we go to practice and we play.
As far as people that don't know, I mean, since Hurricane Isaac flooded out your entire football office and the practice field and your high school for the better part, you have been for 2 seasons, you know, working out of trailers, working on the Leon Godshow's practice field. What's that been like, and what do you tell your players to get them up each and every day to stay inspired?
It's been 3 seasons, and
3 seasons,
we tell them, practice like a champion and play like a Wildcat, and we got it on the doors, and that's what we exit and enter in. That's what we see every day, and we go out there, and that's what we focus on. And so right now we're practicing like champions, and Friday night we're going to play like Wildcats.
Coach, I want you to stick around. I want you to get some of these awesome charbroiled oysters that are around here at Fatty's. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have our friends from the Thibodaux Regional Medical Center.
People.
Indeed they are, and indeed our player of the week this week. You might want to watch this segment, Coach. It's time for our Buckwalder Insurance River Parish Player of the Week. Time now for our candidates for the Buckwalder Insurance River Parish Player of the Week. St. Charles quarterback Austin Weber threw for 3 touchdowns, rushed for 92 yards in the Comets' near upset of John Curtis. West St. John running back Lamar Beaudoin only carried the ball 3 times against Ascension Christian and still had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Destrehan running back Will Matthews. He scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, including the game winner for Destrehan in the Battle of the Unbeatens. East St. John running back Nigel Anderson carried the ball 16 times for 160 yards, including 2 touchdowns. He also threw for 1 pass that went for a touchdown. East St. John quarterback Xavier Lewis had 110 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, also threw for a touchdown, and was on the receiving end of the Nigel Anderson touchdown. Our Buckwalder Insurance River Parish Player of the Week after this. The Buckwalder Insurance Group has been servicing clients for over 20 years. Our Destrehan office, right off of River Road on Shake Snyder Lane, is here to handle all of your personal and business needs, whether it's auto, home, life, commercial, or business insurance. The Buckwalder Insurance Group is here to help you prepare a strategy to achieve your financial goals. Also with offices in Kenner and Boutique. Stop by or call to get a quote today.
My name is Nigel Anderson, and I'm the Buckwalder Insurance Player of the Week. We did good moving the ball fast, me and Zay. Me and Zay the main key. We the main key point, so that's what they're looking at. So they was focused on us. We got some good passes off, and they made us get some good runs off. I really played running back most of the game, but Burlew, he told me, he said, Nigel, go in that quarterback, and it was a quarterback play. So Zay went in motion, and I stood up, and I just threw the ball to Zay, and it was a touchdown. Describing Nigel, I'm versatile, aggressive, and wherever you want to put me, I can play. I committed to Tulane because it really felt like a home. Talked to all the coaches, and they want me to come over there and make a difference, and I feel like I can come over there and make a difference. It's a great feeling. I had an opportunity to have that feeling last year, so it's really not nothing new, but it's really a blessing like last year. It's really a blessing.
Realty Executives, where the experts are. The best agents are the most professional and knowledgeable. The best agents are executives. Realty Executives, serving New Orleans and all surrounding communities. Now with offices in Metairie, New Orleans, Mandeville, Herrero, and Destrehan. Realty Executives, where the experts are.
Hi, at Tachi Insurance, we can do it all, not just life, health, and employee benefits. But now we've expanded our product portfolio to include all commercial lines of insurance. At Tachi Insurance, we can truly be your one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. At Tachi Insurance, you get personalized service from Natalie
and Kelsey Tachi.
RiverParishFootball.com, the authority on high school football in the River Parishes. Game previews, features, Player of the Week, with video highlights, interviews, shows. We've got it covered. Click on your favorite school's logo and go to their team page. Log on and see what everyone's talking about. River Parish Football. Watch out, River Parishes. There's a new place you have to check out. It's the Loop and Wingery Sports Company at 2403 Highway 18 in Edgard, right next to the courthouse. Great wings, great atmosphere, and a great place to bring the whole family. Just ask West St. John head football coach Robert Valdez. It's the Loop Wingery and Sports Company in Edgard. Small town, big dreams, crafted with love. Welcome back to Fatty's in Garyville. So pleased to be joined by our friends from Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. Just to my right, of course, Don Rodrigue, Lori DuPont, 2 seats down. Guys, first of all, thanks so much for being here. You were reeling off the specials here just a minute ago. All you can eat snow crabs on Friday. They got steak night on Thursday. Tonight, the oysters from Charboiled Oysters, but they got more stuff too, right?
I tried the charbroil and they were great. I ate the raw oysters and they were fantastic.
Great stuff, and as always, you guys, it just seems like every school that we do, somehow Thibodaux Regional Medical Center somehow is involved, and as we were just talking in the last segment with Coach Banco, the trials and tribulations of this football team since Hurricane Isaac, but right after all the catastrophe out at their school and all their equipment got wiped out, Thibodaux Regional Medical Center was right there.
Yes, our CEO Greg Stock brought in that trainer Quantrell Trevaux and Phil Banco, the athletic director and head coach, and they talked it over and says, you know, they had no tape, no equipment, no anything. So Greg Stock stepped up and we ordered a bunch of supplies, gave it to them so they could complete the season. And if anybody, that first game was in Lake Charles, Louisiana. They didn't have any tape and just regular supplies. And Greg Stock stepped up, and our Thibodaux Regional stepped up and just took care of them.
Coach, it seems like you, everyone at your hospital, medical center, the river parishes, it seems like this is such a tight-knit family. And I know just a couple weeks ago we were talking at Lutcher, and your former school, West St. John, helping them with the bingo after the fire at the stadium, and how each River Parish team and Thibodaux Regional Medical Center just help each other.
That's right, and that's why it's called Thibodaux Regional. We reach out not just to the Thibodaux area, but a whole regional area. And right now, with our trainers and the sports medicine department, we're in 6 parishes. We're very proud of that, and we actually involved with all the schools. And East St. John's one of our schools on the River Parish. Coach Banco and them do a great job. So does Quantrell, the trainer.
When I see you two on the sidelines, I mean, I can see, I mean, you're spreading the good word about your hospital and your sports medicine center department, but you're itching for some football too. And I know you guys are really talking a lot about this matchup with East St. John and Hahnville this Friday night.
I think it's a great matchup. I think it's a team that makes the less mistakes is going to win. Team that gives up the fewest big plays. Both teams have big play capabilities. I think East St. John knows it's a pivotal game for them to get them over the hump, and it's going to be a 4-quarter game, no doubt about it.
Coach Rod, I know Thibodaux Regional Medical Center very involved with Ryan out there at Riverside. What a matchup this week! It's basically for a district championship. The Rebels on the road. It's undefeated versus undefeated against Newman.
I know they go. I call it the Matchbox. It's a great venue to play. I mean, behind you it's a building. In the end zone it's a building. Everything, you know, there's bleachers only on one side, but it's a turf field, and your fans are right on top of it. You get to play, but you got to stop the bus, but then you got to stop the passing game of Loving and so on. And trying to go against Riverside's defensive line, that's a bus in itself. I'm telling you, it's going to be a matchup in New Orleans that's going to have a lot of highlights on Friday Night Football.
Well, River Parish Football Friday, we'll have our set on the sidelines of that game after the game is over, because there's no room to put it during the game. And I know every other TV station in New Orleans will be there as well. But guys, once again, thank you for all you do at Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, and thanks for your support with this show as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for everything you do, supporting our hospital at Thibodaux Regional, but also what you do for River Parish football. It's outstanding.
Well, we appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Let's take a break. When we return, we're going to talk to some of the players, some of the East St. John assistants that made the trip out here to Garyville here at Fatty's. River Parish football. We're back after this.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Be sure to contact your East St. James Parish Farm Bureau agency at 225-869-5433. Real service, real people.
Realty Executives, where the experts are. The best agents are the most professional and knowledgeable. The best agents are executives. Realty Executives, serving New Orleans and all surrounding communities. Now with offices in Metairie, New Orleans, Mandeville, Herrero, and Destrehan.
Back here to wrap things up here at Fatty's in Garyville with East St. John head coach Philip Banco. A lot of players, a lot of assistants. Introduce everyone. I'll ask the questions, Coach.
Sure. Well, right here we got our offensive coordinator, Coach Ron Barrio. Got our running back coach, Quentin Bradley, our defensive coordinator, Shan Williams, without a U, and then Jay Falgo, he works with our freshman team, and then our defensive backs. And then over here we got one of our wide receivers, 17, Jared Jackson. Coach Comedy works with our freshman team and our defensive line with Coach Gathers. And we have Ferdinand Wallace, our tight end.
Jared, first of all, talk about this matchup this week with Hahnville.
I'm just looking forward to it. We've been playing them for 4 years. It's a big rivalry. It's part of our community. It's part of our lifestyle down here. So I'm just ready to get it on.
As we record this game, we're watching the UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns. You're watching it with a little vested interest, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I verbally committed to them this summer, and I'm just looking forward to getting down there and showing the coaching staff what I could do, because I got a chance to play early as a freshman.
Tell us a little bit about what's coming down the road here for East St. John football. What does the future hold for the Wildcats?
Oh, we have a very bright future. We have a lot of young players playing, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors playing, so the future should be very bright.
One of those young players is right here. Ferdinand, tell me a little bit about what's it like to kind of learn from some of these veteran Wildcat players, and do you think that the future is bright for East St. John football?
Yes, sir, I do. I mean, it's a great experience, learning from the veterans.
What's going to be the key Friday night for you guys to win?
Just being physical, being all-out physical team. We pride ourselves on being a real physical ball club. We think the tougher team's going to win this ball game. We're prepared to do that.
You just can't stay away from football, can you?
No, it's it was in my blood. Growing up, I was always a two-sport guy: football, baseball. I just couldn't stay away from it. And coaching under Coach Banco's great experience. Great camaraderie with all the other coaches. I love the kids, love the players. It's just a great thing at East St. John. I'm very happy to be there.
What do you want your players to know about this game, and what do they have to do to be successful?
Well, being a former player at East St. John, this has been a big rivalry game ever since I can even remember. So there's no love lost between Hahnville and East St. John, and you just have to take in everything and rise above it and come with everything you have. This is going to be a big matchup.
Here's Coach Berrio here, the offensive coordinator. Coach, what do you want to see out of guys like Jared and Xavier and Nigel on the field this Friday?
100%. Just go all out. Do their assignments, control the ball, handle the ball well, no turnovers, no fumbles, and just hit them hard.
But wait, there's more. Coach,
yes,
take
sir.
two.
Our starting left cornerback, Dontrell Allen, right here. Amani Martin, linebacker, strong safety, running back, quarterback, punt returners, deep snapper. I mean, you got it. And then last but not least, Coach Creasy, our head freshman coach, and our wide receiver coach.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Creasy, you've been doing a good job over the last couple of years of keeping me up to date with some of the alumni. Tell me about some of the East St. John Wildcats currently getting the job done on the next level. Daquille Williams, Duke now. I know him. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, you have Duke Williams at Auburn. He has a string of 100-yard games. His name's floating all around nationally. At Tulane, we have several players, Darren Williams, Debo, Leonard. They're doing a good job. And then also at some of the smaller colleges, Belhaven, Denison. We have a lot of players doing a good job. Floyd Raven starting safety at Texas A&M. So we're doing a real good job, all across the nation.
What do you think is going to be the key in that secondary, especially for you guys, to get the job done?
Not letting deep passes and watching the quarterback, make them put the ball on the ground more, and just do our assignments and stay on task.
Amani, tell me a little bit about this matchup. You've been a part of this Hahnville game. Coach told us how close it's been the last couple of years. What do you think about this game?
This game is a big rivalry game for us. For me, it goes back as far as I've been an East St. John fan my whole life before I even made it here. I went to all the games even when I was younger, and Hahnville was always a big rivalry for us. And the past couple years, we lost to them my sophomore year, but other than that, we beat them. And we just coming in this game to play a sound game, not give up a big play, and fight it out to the end.
Look at that. The charbroiled oysters here at Fatty's in Garyville. Coach, we appreciate your time. What do you want people to know about East St. John football as we say goodnight tonight?
Hey, we're back. We're ready to roll. Please come and support us, and we're going to make you proud. And then not to mention that these oysters are better than Dragos, okay? They're the best.
Well, you guys do a great job. We appreciate it. Best of luck against Hahnville, and we'll see you real soon.
As always, thank you.
You got it.
All right.
That's it from River Parish football from Fatty's in Garyville. We'll get down with some of these oysters. Thanks for watching, everyone. River Parish football. Good night.